Hey guys, we're so excited to get Tumble Smart open back up. Hopefully you watched our last video on the update of reopening Tumble Smart, but we wanted to do some frequently asked questions from what people have been texting us or sending us messages about, so that will help you guys understand where you are with Tumble Smart and where things are going to go within the next couple of weeks and so on and so forth.
Okay, so the first question is, when will Tumble Smart reopen?
So Tumble Smart will reopen for private lessons beginning May the 2nd, which is next Saturday. And then as far as classes, those will resume on May the 4th.
If my child was enrolled in classes before the COVID-19 quarantine, are they still enrolled?
It's a good question. Let them know.
So if you were enrolled prior to all of this happening, then you are actually not enrolled now. What that means is, due to the government guidelines and all of the changes that are happening, we've had to resize all of our classes. So if you were a student, you are no longer a student. Everyone needs to re-enroll, and you can find that information on our website.
Yes, that is good. So the next one is, if I have paid the registration fee in the past, do I pay it again?
Okay, so this one is yes. We are actually instating annual registration fee, and this is just to give you guys the best experience possible. So in order to make the changes that we need to and provide the best experience for your tumblers, we are now going to require an annual registration fee, and that will be billed once a year, every May.
And this has a lot to do with all the changes in our world right now and how things look as far as keeping up with, from cleaning to different things that businesses haven't had to think about in the past. So those are different things that different expenses that we're incurring as a business, that we want to make sure that we're fully covered in every area possible.
The next question is, if I registered in 2020, do I have to pay the annual registration fee? And that is a no. So if you have already registered in 2020, that is your fee for this year. So it's anyone who has registered 2019 and the past, you will have to pay that annual registration fee. Okay, so our fifth question is, the class names are different. How do I choose which class is right for my tumbler or tumblers when registering? So when you go to register on our website, you will notice that the class names are completely different than what you're used to seeing. So if you were enrolled pre-COVID-19, then you're used to minis, fundamentals, silver, gold, bronze. Those were our class names. Now the class names have changed, and so in order to make it easier for our parents and for our tumblers, and just for you to understand the skill levels, we have renamed and revamped all of our classes. So if you want to explain.
Yeah, so for instance, with the bronze class, the main thing that we work on and focus on in that class is back handsprings. So now that class is named back handsprings plus. After the plus, there's a list of different things that we work on, like round off back handsprings and different things within that class. But you'll see that on all of the different levels. But the bronze class is now called back handsprings plus, so on and so forth. So you can read through the list of all those different classes to help you figure out which class to re-register into.
That's good. You can find all of that information located on our website. So when you are looking to find out where does my student go, it'll have the equivalents there lined out for you. The next question is, what if I have a prepaid private lesson?
So this is something that a lot of people have asked me. If you have a prepaid private lesson, we're still using the same exact system that we used before. So you log in the same way that you would. You still have the same credits. If you have gone on prior to seeing this video and you didn't see any times open, that's because I hadn't opened up my schedule, not knowing when we were going to reopen. But now the schedule is live, so you can get on there. You can purchase private lessons. You can purchase packages the same way that you have always done in the past.
What if I did the promotion pay through May? So for this, If you have done that promotion, which was you paid January through April and you were getting the month of May free, we still want to honor that, and we still want you to get your classes and your money's worth. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be pushing that promotion back. So if you participated in this promotion, the next time that you will make a payment for a class is July 1st.
Nice.
I paid tuition for March, but the gym was closed for 2 weeks. So the 2 weeks is including spring break and then the first week that we were actually out for the quarantine.
Yeah, so you will be able to just make up those classes through an open tumbling.
And with the open tumblings now, our new system, it will be tracking your misses. So if you miss a class, then you will get makeup automatically, and that will show in your parent portal. With the open gym credits, the open tumbling credits, you actually now have 60 days to use that. So there is a little bit of a time limit on it, but that should give you plenty of time to use those up.
Absolutely. Okay. And then the last question, how will Tumble Smart ensure the health and safety of my child?
So we hope that you have visited the website and you have read some of our protocol and keeping up with the COVID-19 standards and guidelines set by our government and the mayor. But some of the things that we will be doing as precautionary measures is when you arrive for a class or for a private lesson, we will actually be taking your temperature at the door. We will have a touchless thermometer, so we're not spreading any kind of germs. We just want to make sure that we are able to take your temperature, and if you are 104 or above,
100.4.
100.4 or above. If you're 104, we're sending you to the hospital. If you're 100.4 or above, then we're going to ask that you just stay home, feel better, and rest up.
Absolutely.
You want to do next one?
Yeah, so all of the classes will be limited to 8 kids, and then that will we'll have one coach on staff that's coaching that class. And also something else that's very important is for classes not to overlap. We're doing classes for 45 minutes. So this is at least through the first phase, which would be the first 2 weeks. So due to, if we're following the government's regulations, if everything goes well, from when we open through the first 2 weeks, we will have classes for 45 minutes, which will help us to sanitize all the mats, wipe everything down prior to the next class entering into the gym.
Yeah, and with that class size being at 8, that means that there will be no more than 10 people in the building at any given time. We will be practicing social distancing, enforcing that with the students, making sure that if there's one coach and one staff member, to just make sure that the kids are keeping their distance and keeping safe. I've touched on only 10 people in the gym. That means parents, we are asking that you would drop your kids off and either stay in the car for those 45 minutes or run some errands and come back. But we are trying to limit the amount of traffic in the Tumble Smart building just to keep it safe. So if siblings and parents and friends, if you guys can all just stay out in the car, drop your tumbler off, we would really appreciate you helping us keep it safe.
That's good. And then lastly, all staff members that will be there at Tumble Smart will be wearing PPE to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and our students as much as we can. And then I guess that's it. What else you got?
If you feel most comfortable with your student having a mask on, I don't know how that will affect their tumbling or if it will be very comfortable for them. But depending on your comfort level, if you want to send them in a mask, we completely appreciate that and respect what you want to do. So we're just here to help keep your students safe and get them back in the gym.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to having you guys back. That's pretty much it. I know there's still probably other questions that some of you may have, so feel free to reach out to us, send us a text message, call, email, and we're going to have all that information also on the website that you can read through, and even in the video description here, if you're looking at this on YouTube, we'll have all this information on the description you can read through as well.
Don't forget, registration is opening on Monday.
Yeah.
So since we mentioned the class sizes are limited to 8, they will fill up fast.
Super
If
quick.
you want to ensure that your child has a spot, please make sure that you go and register.
All right, cool. We'll see you guys soon.